Shalom. Praise Abba Father. We will continue with our prophetic insights into 2017 as Abba is really doing major things in this time where Abba's really breaking open a lot of revelation, and Abba's really taking us deeper into understanding this prophetic time that we're in. And my goodness, if I look and see, it's just things that keep coming, and more prophetic dreams and prophetic words that are coming at this hour. And we really know that we are coming into a significant time as we now very much in the month of Elul. And this is truly a time, I think this month of Elul is really a very important time that we've entered into, as when we spotted the new moon. Last week, Wednesday evening, we spotted the new moon, and it was just so beautiful to see that new moon. You know, every time I see a new moon, for me, it's like the beginning of a month of where I see this big smile in the heavens of when Abba smiles upon this new month. And to me, it's just so precious to see this big smile in the heavens. And it's like Abba just saying that I'm smiling upon this month, you know, that you are entering into. I've already smiled upon it. I've already prepared you for it. And you know, as I was outside blowing my shofar and, you know, just prophetically declaring the things that Abba wanted, there was just such a sense of, I don't know why, but this new moon, and I've spotted so many, there was just something special about it, and I don't know why. But I think it's because of the season that we've entered into in this time of this month of Elul, of where the King is in the field, and where we really have this time that Abba has given us, that we really need to go deeper within ourselves and really look within ourselves and see what it is that is there, that is maybe still not lining up with His word, that is maybe still an introspection time where we can just shine a magnifying glass, pray like I'm praying now, and I say, Abba, shine your magnifying glass in my heart, shine it in my life, and show me what is it that is within me that is still not in obedience to you. Be it, you know, on my emotional side, be it within things that maybe you're revealing certain truths to me, and maybe I'm still not willing to walk in them because maybe I've got a fear of man in me. What is it that is there that is keeping me from being able to truly obey you? Because each one of us has got areas within our lives where we are maybe needing to submit to Him in, and sometimes it's difficult to submit to Abba Father, because you know what it means, upsetting people, or it means standing up for what is truth in the face of where everything around you is showing otherwise. And coming into this place of where we can actually just allow Abba Father to be able to take us through this month of Elul, to say, Abba, you know, I really want to be able to be your bride that is led by you. Take me by the hand and lead me into your chamber, because ultimately that is what we're preparing for a wedding feast, isn't it? And so we want to be able to make sure that there is no spot or wrinkle within us, that Abba truly works within our hearts and shows us those areas that are there where we have things within us that still need a change, and that He can take us in this time where we really pray. And I really find that sometimes this month can be a month of extreme testing, as it's interesting because this is the same time as basically Yeshua was being tested in the wilderness. He was also being tested in the wilderness. Straight after he was mikvahed in the River Jordan, he went into the wilderness and was having to be tested. And so we in this time are going to be extra tested, can I say, Because if he's going to shine a magnifying glass on you, then, he's going to show you those little areas in you that really need to change. And praise our Father that He gives us this month, and that He gives us these, 30 days leading up to Yom Teruah, and then gives us the 10 days of awe leading up to Yom Kippur, that we really then, really just go deeper with Him, so that we can come to our High Priest, Yoshua, on the day of Yom Kippur, and really ask Him to come and cleanse us and wash us clean, from everything that is there, and preparing us for this time of our wedding supper with our Lamb, of where we're being prepared to come into Feast of Tabernacles. So these 30 days that we are into now is really a time where in the land of Eretz Israel, we blow the shofar every day as a wake-up sound. And there needs to be a wake-up sound that needs to come forth, and where people truly need to wake up, because there is a waking up that is so necessary in this time of the month of Elul. It's when the dove is cooing, and there's like love in the air between the doves, when the male dove is cooing for that female dove, and there's, Abba is beckoning us in this time, where Abba is calling us forth and drawing us nigh unto Him, drawing us closer, where we can come away, come aside. Even if you do not want to fast in this time, then at least take time out, where really in this time you can just take that time out that you need, and really allow Him to sit with you, and really take that time out and spend this time with Him, as this is when the King is in the field and is looking and is waiting for us to be able to be His beloved, because it's the time of Ani Ledodi Ani. If I've said it right, I don't know. It's my beloved is mine. So we are for our beloved, and our beloved is for us. So we must be about the beloved in this time, and the beloved must be about us. And so this is really a time of where we need to draw closer to Him and really seek Him like never before. And it's interesting how the last portion of the dreams, of the last two dreams and a vision that I'm going to share, as we're going to start winding off this teaching, as I'm going to come, that it happens to fall in the time of this month of Elul, as really this is a time of when introspection is being done. And I can tell you now, this is going to be a very significant time of the next couple of feasts that are coming up. As you know what, I wasn't even planning to go to Greece. I didn't even plan Greece. Greece wasn't even on my agenda. It didn't feature. I mean, I had just been to Europe, and we've just traveled in March, April for 6 weeks, and we did Europe for a month. And Europe is very expensive, and now it's like not even 6 months later, and I was planning to go to Israel, and I was actually planning to be in Israel for Sukkot and for Yom Teruah. I wanted to be in Israel for Yom Teruah, so we were actually planning on flying out around about the 18th of September, and making sure that we were going to be on the top of Mount Zion to spot the new moon in Israel. And that's where I really plan to be. But our ways are not His ways, and our thoughts are not His thoughts. And so it's very strange, because we were not planning it going anywhere except Israel. Because Elsie's got a tour that she's doing with a group of people that she's taking now. We are taking a group of people in for Sukkot. So from the 3rd of October, we will be doing a tour with people that are wanting to go to Israel. So we were certainly not planning to go anywhere. Anyway, all of a sudden, we've got a friend of ours that has a ministry, and he came to Elsie and said, look, you know what, they're going to be receiving these finances that are coming in, and they really want to be able to do a tour going to Turkey, if could be to Greece and to Israel. So she said, look, you can join us for our trip to Israel, because we're doing a group to Israel, but I'm not doing a tour going to Greece. So he says, no, but they would really like to go to Greece, and they would really like to, walk some of the footsteps of Paul, and, really, do the Greece. And so Elsie said, okay, look, she'll see what she can do. Anyway, she started to put this tour together, and she put this whole thing together, and she gave it to him. He came to see us, and she said, look, here's your Greece trip. I've helped you put it together. I've organized hotels for you. I've organized the dates and where you'll be where. Now the only thing that you need to do, here's your, these are the flights that you can catch. She's put the whole thing together for him. And then she said, now all you need to do is get, rent a car, and then you can get to where you need to go. I'll give you the coordinates, because we did this trip in 2014. We did the trip going to Greece, to all these different places. We went to Athens, and we were on the island of Patmos, and then we did Athens, and then we did Corinth, and then we did Delphi, and then we did Mount Olympus, and then we did Philippi, and then we did Thessalonica. We did all these places. So we did this whole trip in 2014. Anyway, Elsie gives him the trip, and he turns around and he says, no, but you are going to have to be the tour guide to lead us. We don't know where to go. We need you to do it for us. She says, look, I don't have finances for this right now. And he said, no, don't worry. You know what? We'll pay for you, and then, you can do the trip with us. So I just looked at her and I smiled, and I said, okay, so you're going to be going to Greece, and me, I'm going to be going to Israel, because I'm going to Israel for Yom Teruah, and I'm going to be on the top of Mount Zion for Yom Teruah. And all of a sudden, she says, are you sure you're not supposed to come to Greece? I said, what? Father's not sending me to Greece. Greece was never on the agenda. And all of a sudden, I hear this voice say to me, are you sure that you are supposed to be in Israel for Yom Teruah? Are you sure that's where I want you to be, or is that what you decided where you're going to be? And I thought, where does this come from now? So I said to her, listen, do me a favor. Just look on your little tour there. Where will you be for Yom Teruah, just by the way? So she looks and she says, oh, we'll be on the island of Patmos. The minute she said that, there was like a stirring in my spirit that said, isn't it the third day? Isn't it the third day? So this is the third year since you did this trip, and this is the third day. And I sat there and I said, what are the chances? And then I had the scratchiness in my spirit, and I said, okay, just tell me, what are the dates, the rest of the dates? And as she worked through the dates, it was like almost a replica of what we did 3 years ago. And Abba, from when I started this prophetic insight, it was all about the third day, because we started from what Abba did at Pesach, when he said, I am releasing the third day. And then he said, I want you to take out your dreams and your visions and now share them, because we are in the third day. We are in the third day. This is the day of the resurrection. This is the third day of when I'm about to do the things that I said I was going to do. This is when these things are going to be fulfilled. So I thought, well, is this just my mind now coming up with all of this? Because I'm thinking, oh, maybe it's just me. Because sometimes you can just think, maybe you're trying to put all this together. Anyway, so I said, okay, look, let me just pray about this. So I prayed about it, and the next day, my husband had the Travel Channel on. And as I walked, into Elsie's room that had the Travel Channel on, that was in the lounge, and all of a sudden there's Greece is showing, and there's this big writing, Greece is waiting for you. I thought, oh no! then I thought, oh my Father, that's it. How the heck are we going to do this? I don't even know. I mean, really now, this wasn't even a thought or a plan or a whatever, but you know what? And now, this is just to show you how the Father works. Now, do you know how amazing it is? Because this man had to come to our house, or had to come to this, to come here, to come and have us put a whole grease strip together, which Elsie put a whole grease strip together. But guess what? The finances for their trip did not come in. So Elsie put a whole trip together, but it wasn't supposed to be for them. It was actually supposed to be for us. And we would have never gone in this direction if it wasn't for the fact that Abba wanted to do a work. Because there is not a chance that I was even thinking about Greece or even going to go to Greece. And I still said, Abba, how is this going to be possible? The finances and everything, what we had finances going into Israel, but now Greece, renting cars, how many ferries, how many planes? And Abba has added on an extra place that we need to go to because there's a major work to be done there as well. And I'm thinking, oh my goodness, this is like, Father is beyond me. So we are now already flying out on the 15th of September, and that's why I'm saying I know that this is going to be a significant time, because Abba is seriously going to take us through the process of having to, on the third day, do the work that we did 3 years ago, which was the first day, and now it's going to be the third day. And we will be on the island of Patmos by the grace of Yahuwah for Yom Teruah, to declare the book of Revelation, to be able to declare it. And that is why Abba has been giving me, as I've been trying to work through the book of Revelation, for Abba to be able to give the insight, because the Father said, when you declare it this time, it's not going to be just you read it. You're going to be declaring it, to know that this is the things that I'm going to do. So this is a critical time that we're in. This is a significant hour that we're in. And this is why I'm saying people really need to understand that if they're still not catching a wake up, they better catch a wake up, because Abba really wants to bring us in line now. And so the things that I'm going to share today is I'm going to share another dream, and then I'm going to share how Abba started to give me concordance numbers and what these things mean, and where do we stand with all of this, as this is the next dream I'm going to share. And then I don't know if we'll have time today, but there is another dream. If I don't share this dream today, then I will share it next week with the last two. That will be a dream and a vision. So I want to share this dream that I had, and this was a dream that I had on the 27th of March in 2010. So again, it was in 2010, so I've been working through, remember, we've been still on the 2010. It wasn't 2010, this one was the 27th of March 2011, because now we finished the 2010 journal, and now I've picked up my 2011 journal. So on the 27th, on 2011 journal, I had a dream, and in this dream I was in my house, and all of a sudden I hear a loud siren going off. So there's this like huge siren, like sirens, like it's the sirens that we hear in Israel when they do these sirens of like when they've got to go into the bomb shelters and they've got to run for cover, because there's danger and everything, and they must go for cover, because they've got those sirens in Israel that when these sirens go off, they've got to run into the bomb shelters because, there's danger. And also, I've heard those sirens there normally when we're there, like for when they have the celebration of like the Holocaust and things like that, and then, to remember what happened, that they put those sirens, and so you do a minute of silence or whatever. So these sirens are very loud and you can hear them all over. And in my dream, I could hear the siren going off all around the area. And then we get told, I don't know, we just were being told, I don't know if there was a microphone or whatever, that this is a big blackout. We will have no electricity for a while. So this was like the mother of blackouts, that all the electricity all around had been disconnected, had been switched off. It was like, I can't explain to you if that was something that had happened at the power station or whatever. All I know is that the electricity has gone off and there is no electricity. And this was the mother of blackouts and the mother of all strikes. That from here, people were going to go into severe striking. That was going to hit this land. This was in this land. And in this, I know that you tell me, the Father tells me I'm to pack a bag because the war is about to begin. As I know that I'm being told, you better get a bag, the war is about to begin. And I just knew that if I stay, we're going to be slaughtered in our houses. So the siren goes off. We know it's a major blackout. And if you're going to stay in your house, you are going to be slaughtered. And we will be killed if we stay. And I know in my spirit that Abba's saying, pack a bag. You need to go. We need to get out. We cannot stay here. We need to get in our car and we need to go. We don't know where we're going, but we need to go. And he will lead. But we at the time had 2 people staying with us in this house at the time of when I had this dream. And it was a husband and a wife, and this woman turned around and said to me, no. Stay. We don't need to go anywhere. The Father is going to protect us. We don't need to worry because the Father will protect us. And they said, no. They told us, no, we must stay. Nothing will happen. Abba will protect us. But I know that it will not be safe to stay as Abba wants us to go. So I look at them and I say to them, listen here. Get a bag, start packing. We must go. And she turns around and she says, no, we don't need to go anywhere because the Father's going to protect us. So they landed up staying. And in the meantime, I get so upset with myself because Elsie had been telling me for a while now that I was supposed to start packing a bag, getting a bag ready. Get a bag. Get basic things in this bag, like bandages and, like a bag that's going to have necessity things in it, especially like when you have a first aid kit, that you must have all this first aid kit in there. Have your toiletries things in there already. Have certain of your clothes in there, that this bag should have been ready. Now I'm upset with myself because Elsie had been telling me already that I was to prepare a bag, but I didn't. Now I run into my room. I'm still looking for a bag. I don't even know where a bag is, and I'm scratching up at the top of the cupboard, but I know we've only got so much time and now we must get out. So then I say, to the boys and everything, come, get your stuff. We need to go. Anyway, I packed this bag and then we get in the car and we go. As we start to travel, all of a sudden we are in floods. I don't know, it was like when the sirens was, I remember the sirens was at night, and then by the time we hit the roads, it started to get light. And then all of a sudden I'm looking around me and there's just flooding. There is flooding everywhere. There is just floods. There's cars rolling from embankments. On the highways, it's just floods. It's cars floating and it's floods, cars rolling around me. And I'm thinking, what is going on here? Because there's just floods all around. And all of a sudden, we get to a road that we got to cross. Because supernaturally, the car is going through all this water. And we get to this road. And as we get to this road is like a river. it's not even a road anymore. It's become a river. It's become a real full-blown river. And as we get there, I say to the boys, because the boys were still talking in the car, I said, shh, be quiet. We need to pray. We need to pray. I said, let's all start praying, because there is no ways that this car is going to get through this river. But this road is supposed to be a road, but it's a river. And as the car starts going through, we're praying. And as the car goes through, the water is almost coming up to the top of the car, that it's almost covering it. And just as we get to the other side, we actually made it, and the car made it. And as we get to the other side, all of a sudden, I hear bang, and I wake up with a fright. And I thought, what the heck is going on here now? As I woke up and I jumped out of this dream with such a fright, as I heard this bang, that was a physical bang that I heard in my ears that woke me up out of this dream. So I ran inside to see what happened, because something's happened, something's fallen, something fell that woke me up out of my sleep, because this was in the early hour. It was early in the morning. It was a Sunday morning. So I ran inside, and in my dining room, I have this mounted picture of Jerusalem that I've actually put like the poster of Jerusalem, but it's been put on a big board that's mounted up on the wall, and we've done it up nicely, and this thing has been up on the wall for years. And nobody touched it, nobody went near it, nobody did anything, and this Jerusalem poster fell off the wall on this picture, fell off, that's mounted on a board, thick. It fell of its own, down. It just fell. And nobody went near it, nobody touched it, nobody did anything, and this thing just fell. And then I knew, there's a message in this. I mean, this dream was so vivid, so vivid, like I'm living in this dream. I mean, still now, even as I speak it, I can see it in my mind's eye. I can see it vividly. So I started to pray, and I said to the Father, what is all of this? And what is this meaning of my Jerusalem poster that fell? It doesn't make sense. What does it mean? So it's interesting, because I knew that the things that he showed me, that there's a major blackout that's going to happen. When this major blackout happens, we must know that there's a war that is about to begin in our country. They're going to start slaughtering people. They're going to start coming into houses. They're going to start killing people. They're going to start slaughtering people, because understand, there is a major blackout. And this is going to be for a period of time.